What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 20 of season 4. I am Chad Talks, and joining me as always is Jmack Gaming.
Keep going, Chad.
Well, I mean, we're on the road to Clash of Champions and Backlash, right? Backlash? Judgment Day. Armageddon? Vengeance? I don't know. Whatever pay-per-view Justin has coming up, I forgot. It's one of those, I'm sure. But we're on the road to it, and Justin has booked himself.
The lack of respect Chad has.
I gave you 7 options. It's not like I said...
You should only have one option.
It's not like I said, and we're up to Clash of Champions and whatever the fuck Justin's doing. It's not like I said that.
But it's knowing my pay-per-view. It's knowing the product, what's going on in hand.
I think the last time we recorded, I think you said, and I'm just going to call it the pay-per-view because I'm not sure what it is yet.
I just didn't know. I just couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah, well, that's where
Vengeance.
I don't remember the name. It was
Vengeance.
But regardless, Justin, we were on the road to that.
I'm allowed to not know my shit. I know your shit. You should know mine.
Good for you.
Have some respect for your competitor.
Respect. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I know everything going on in yours. What's going on in mine?
You got the pay-per-view coming up.
Okay.
You got someone vying to see who's going to challenge for the World Championship. It's the Undertaker versus... Isn't that they having a number 1 contenders match tonight?
This is Raw.
Or on SmackDown this week? Or is that last week?
See, you don't know.
Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't know.
A nice refresher will remind.
It's been it's maybe a day since we recorded?
It's been 2.
Okay.
Right? Did we record yesterday?
No,
it's been 2.
I'm glad 2 days you just fucking everything goes out of your head.
Listen.
You're not even talking on the mic.
That was 2 days ago. Listen.
This guy's like 20. What are you doing?
You
know the bar's there.
I was sitting.
Get closer.
I think I'm close enough. I mean, they can hear you. They can see me.
No.
I'm peeking.
There you go. Just yell.
Just yell.
Just yell.
All right.
Knock it. That's...
Perfect, Justin. Hey, stop yelling.
I'll rip my hair out working with you.
Don't rip your hair out.
I'm like CM Punk. I'm old. I'm broken down. And I work with a bunch of fucking kids.
I'm old. I'm hurt. Isn't that what he said? Go ahead.
You watch the product more than I do.
Not really.
I literally heard you wake up, go to the couch, and watch an Eddie Kingston promo. Do not lie to me. Do not lie to me here, Chad.
It was not Eddie Kingston.
Whose promo was that?
It was MJF Ricky Starks.
Do not lie to me, Chad.
I don't watch the product. I just watch their YouTube videos.
That's the product.
Is this the product?
Yes.
Oh, well, then maybe I do watch the product. But I don't tune in every week. I don't tune in every week. I just watch the YouTube videos.
I need a new app.
I do the same thing with WWE, too. I just watch their YouTube videos.
That's the product.
Well, sure, but I don't actively check in live. My viewership for the TV show doesn't count. They just get my viewership for the YouTube videos.
So they still get views from you.
Yeah, sure.
So they still get your eyes on the product.
Yeah.
I wish I knew you wanted me. Tori Wilson, Nikki James here, Chad. Tori Wilson.
Nose job.
Gets the win here with a nose job.
Nice.
I needed to write something down.
Ooh, what are we writing down?
I needed to write something down in this paper. I need to figure out where everyone's at in the women's roster, in-ring wise.
Ooh.
So I think every woman is on the card tonight.
Nice. Every woman's on the card. You were writing something. I actually got a text from Fig. I was telling him his match at WrestleMania was a fluke.
Shut up. No, you weren't. Prove it.
No,
no. See, you lied to me. Out of my room. I'm doing this episode alone.
I actually asked him about lunch.
I'm doing this episode alone.
Come on.
No, show me it. Come on.
I asked him about lunch tomorrow.
No.
Quite literally. I asked him about lunch tomorrow.
That was
chaos.
No. Get out. I'm doing this episode alone.
No.
I'm either we're not doing it or I'm doing it alone.
No.
Okay.
All right, fine. I'll get out.
No, I want to do this. I want to do this alone. I don't like liars in my life. Chad knows that, and he literally just lied to my face.
Oh my god.
Get out.
All right. Well, I'm not coming back.
All right, I'll do Nitro too. I'll book a better show than you too.
Let me know when you're
This fucking guy, man. If you know who I am, I hate liars. And Chad looked at me right in his face, my beautiful, beautiful face, and lied to me. I kicked him out. He's out of the recording tonight. This episode of Raw is only solo. Solo dolo. We see Big Rig Fig here defeating Justice Payne on the pre-show 9:59 with a German suplex. I'm going to actually do something right now. No, Chad can still win. Fuck him. Fuck him. Chad Collier defeats Ernest Miller in a 79 rated match.
Damn right he does.
Chad, are you going to apologize to me?
No.
Then you can stay out there. Ernest Miller. And then the pre-show battle. Oh, it doesn't show in-ring performances on Battle Royals. Oh, well, that sucks. Jackie Gata wins the pre-show Battle Royal. Wow, Lita was in it and she lost? That's not good. That's not a good look. Satomura and Carol Midori both get hurt. Not a good look for the pre-show. We start off Monday Night Raw with a recap of last week on Raw, where we saw the debut of the world's hottest free agents, the most underutilized superstar in existence, Chris Jericho, making his triumphant debut here in WWE. He defeated PJ Black. We see that now. We get this promo. We get this program right here of Vince McMahon. You know, we know Brock Lesnar will be fighting for the interim championship at Capital? What did I call it? Battleground. I almost called it Capital Punishment. Jesus. But we now know tonight Vince McMahon decides that the winner of our main event will face Brock Lesnar at that pay-per-view. We will have a fatal four-way. Kurt Angle, Mark Henry, Shawn Stasiak, and Chris Jericho. Fatal four-way to determine who will fight Brock Lesnar for the interim championship. People are asking, why is it an interim? Why don't you just strip Alex Wright of the championship? Because we don't know how long he'll be gone. He could be back next week. He could be back in 2004. We don't know, Chad. He might. Chad, you're not even in the room anymore. He could be retiring from wrestling. I don't know. But we need to find out an interim champ. We can't have a product here, WWE product, one of the best products in the world, the company of the year, not have a champion. So we need to find out who that'll be ASAP. We start tonight. Kevin Kelly is interviewing Triple H, and he asks, how do you feel about Sean Morley? You've told Sean Morley you don't know who he is the last couple weeks. Will he? I mean, he's asking backstage. He's asking everyone. He's in the ring calling you out. Triple H, will you give him a shot at your Intercontinental Championship? And Triple H says, Kevin, I'm sick of dealing with this pest. So tonight, I've arranged a match tonight for Sean Morley. And if he can win, maybe, just maybe, I will give him a shot at my IC belt. Sean Morley has to fight someone of Triple H's choosing tonight. We move on. I can hear Chad's phone from here. Chad, turn your phone off! I can hear. I'm watching the mic pick up the promo. Scott Steiner defeats Buff Bagwell here in 6:02 with a Steiner screwdriver. They don't click, and it made for an awkward bout. We move on. PJ Black is in the locker room with Stephanie and Shane, and he's questioning both of them. He's questioning life in general. Chad just texted me, I'm pissing now, LOL. Cool. You pissed me off, more like it. He's asking both of them, why didn't Vince why didn't he put me in the main event? Why didn't he put me in the fatal four-way tonight? And he wants some answers. He wants to know why he's not in this match. We move on. Danny and Doug Basham. Doug Basham, his shoulder is fully healthy, and he's in the next match. They're back. The Bashams take on Burgercade here tonight. The Bashams defeat Burgercade in 15-13 when Danny Basham, yes, that Danny Basham, pins John Burger with the leg lariat, the Rough Rider. And then after the match, Christian Cage comes out and celebrates with Danny and Doug. And the Bashams are sitting there confused. What is going on here? What is he doing? We don't understand what is going on. We move on. PJ Black goes into Vince McMahon's locker room, kicks down the door. He's like, what the hell? What the hell's going on? I'm married to your daughter. I'm with your son, Shane. I should be given everything. And Vince is like, you know what? after last week's disappointment match you had. I couldn't justify you putting you in the World Championship Fatal 4-Way. But there's someone else that, there's another spot on this card tonight that needs filling. So I'm going to put you in that tonight. And PJ Black, not happy about that. Not happy. We move on. Bryan Danielson and Kishi go one-on-one tonight, and Bryan Danielson defeats Kishi in 15:31 with a cattle mutilation. We move on. Oh my God, an injury. Jushin Liger has sustained a minor staph infection. Oh no. They get the win over the Quebecers when Kaiji Muto taps out Jacques Rougeau. Yes, thank you, Michael PSAs. We've had 3 injuries tonight. Sean Morley makes his way down to the ring. I would ask Chad who he thinks this is going to be, but Chad had to be an asshole and lie to my face. So we don't know who this is. Sean Morley takes on PJ Black in a great back and forth match. Sean Morley gets the upset win over PJ Black and seems to be the #1 contender now for the Intercontinental Championship for Triple H. Sean Morley proving that, this isn't a fluke run. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. And then, now we move on. Everyone, Jericho's making his way down to the gorilla position. He's about to make his entrance, and Future Shock, Lesnar, Orton, and Tyson just look at him. Good luck, Jericho. You're going to need it. We get to our main event, the Fatal 4-Way, #1 contendership on the line. And in a 97 match, Chris Jericho taps out Kurt Angle with the Lion Tamer and gets the big win in 22:07. Mark Henry being the weak link here, but he's still going to 85. And then after the match, Lesnar comes out and F5s Jericho, puts his big boot on Jericho's chest, and raises his hand. What a show. 94. A huge show, probably the best one of the week. Chad just can't, he can't keep up with me. He just can't. And if he can, he's lying to you just like he lied to me. We'll see for Nitro.
There you go. Now it's on.
I'm ready, Justin. Microphone's on mute.
There we go. All right, here we are. We're at Nitro. Week 3.
Yeah.
On the way to Clash of Champions. We got to beat, you said 93?
You got to just have a good show.
Yeah, I mean,
94.
We always have good shows, but got to be 94. I got to say, that was the most exciting episode of Raw I've ever watched. And now, let's jump right in to Nitro.
I'll do Nitro myself.
We start off, we've got...
on the pre-show.
I ran out of time, and there was nothing I could have bumped. So we put on the pre-show, but that's okay. There's the classic home video of Chris Parks' tryout match against Shane Douglas. And in a good pre-show match, Chris Parks defeated Shane Douglas in 13-12. Kind of makes sense it was a pre-show match because it was a dark match in the videotape, so...
Yeah, but...
with a shock treatment.
No one gets better off of this.
Then after the match, Dusty Rhodes we see coming down to the ring in this home video and offers Chris Parks a contract. But as Chris Parks, is happy and he takes the developmental deal, the camera immediately moves out of the way and you see the reflection of a hooded figure in the background walk out
is
after the
this
video.
an indie show?
This is just a bunch of home video footage.
So Chris
old footage from 3 years ago.
From where though?
What?
From where? In his home?
No, this was in a tryout match. These are all just old wrestling shows. Yeah.
Like an indie show or
yeah, just some random.
Video, I'm like, is Chris Parks running a promotion in his backyard?
No, just old
That's
indie shows. Yeah, no,
perfect.
for sure. Yeah, old indie shows. Yeah.
That's perfect. I like it.
And then our pre-show main event: Low Key versus Kip James. And then a pre-show bout: Low Key defeated Kip James in 10-20.
Okay.
And we start the show off. We've got the Immortal Gentlemen. They were about to do an episode of Chasing Tatum, but they're interrupted by the Dudley Boys, Bubba, Devon, and now Spike.
And Bret Hart.
And Stacy Keibler. Oh, don't worry, Bret Hart's showing up later.
Oh, I would have put him at the last time.
So, well, either way, they're showing up, and basically, they interrupt Chasing Tatum. Bubba says, "No one cares about your dumb dating show. Nobody cares about this little gimmick, and quite frankly, no one really cares about either of you two. Chase Tatum, you got as much personality in your in your pinky. And I have more personality in my pinky than you do in your entire body. You're not entertaining. And Hulk Hogan, you're old as hell. And quite frankly, nobody cares about you guys. And at Clash of Champions, me and my buddy Spike Dudley over here, we're going to beat you guys, win back the tag titles, and then Devon is going to beat Bret Hart and win the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's when Bret Hart comes out. And Bret Hart says,
yeah, baby.
And Bret Hart says, Devon, to your credit, I've really enjoyed what I've seen. You had a big win against the Big Show. You've been on a bit of a winning streak, and you've been proving that you can hang as a singles main eventer. And now I think it's time that I cut you a little bit of a break. I still want to test you. I still think you should wrestle tonight, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to level the playing field tonight. Because tonight, I'm going to challenge you to a tag team match. In fact, I'm going to challenge you to a 6-man tag match. And, well, look who we have here. I think the 3 Dudleys can take on the 3 champions. Now, I don't like Hulk Hogan at all. But it would be a good test to see if you can beat 2 world champions and a World War III winner. And the Dudleys accept.
There we go.
So that's one of our matches tonight.
Not the main?
Not the main. It's co-main.
Okay. Were you afraid of the rating?
No, I wasn't afraid.
I figured your opening angle usually leads to the main.
It does. We wanted to mix it up a little bit.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then we got our women's match, Takako Ino versus Minami Toyota, and it is a match. Minami Toyota defeated Takako Ino in 11:42 with an Ocean Queen bomb.
Nice.
Got an 80. Mm-hmm. And then we're in the ring. And CM Punk is there, and he says, "What a wild week it's been." Yeah.
You better be in that match, brother.
He's refereeing. He says, last week.
You tell me fucking Abyss and Shane got bumped for John Finnegan?
I messed up. This is supposed to be Tony Mamaluke and Johnny Stamboli.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Tony Mamaluke and Johnny Stamboli. Anyways, CM Punk comes out and he says, "Last week I beat Jake the Snake Roberts, and I showed him the light of the error of his ways. And ever since then, he's been phone calling me. We've been exchanging emails. He's been thanking me, and
he's in love.
And he told me personally that he was going to start living like his straight edge savior, CM Punk. But tonight, I'm here to talk about another issue in the sport. Because you see, a lot of these guys, they'll drink, they'll do drugs, but another issue of this pro wrestling sport is steroids. So many men and women have resulted in poisoning their bodies with steroids instead of doing the work the right way. Like myself, who's in the gym 24/7 working out and doing things the right way. See, we had a guy who was going on a world tour.
Oh boy.
And then got popped for steroids. So now, Samoa Joe, you're watching at home because you're suspended. When you come back, I'd like to give you a personal invitation to the cult of personality so I can show you the error of your ways and help you do things the right way. Much like Perry Saturn, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Jake the Snake Roberts. And then Charles Wright shows up, and he's flagged by Little Guido, and he says, "Punk, you talk about people doing things the right way, and Punk, I see you and I see a lot of talent, but one thing that you haven't been doing the right way is you haven't been showing respect to the guys who've been doing it for way longer. Guys like my friends Kevin and Scott, guys like my friend Jake the Snake, and guys like me, Charles Wright." And then CM Punk says, "Charles Wright, you say you're doing things the right way. I even heard you backstage call yourself a role model to the boys in the back. But you parade around here with scantily cladded women showing people that it's okay to objectify women. And Charles Wright, that's just not true. I don't know what you did back in your other company, but it doesn't matter because you're here now. But luckily for you, I'm giving you an opportunity to do things the right way, to learn from your pro wrestling messiah." And Charles Wright, flagged by Little Guido, of course he has agreed to manage the FBI, he says, "I'll tell you what, Punk, how about I do you one better? How about tonight your guys can team up against members of the FBI? I got John Finnegan right beside me, and he has agreed to referee. And I've got my buddy Tommy Dreamer in the back, and he has nothing better to do tonight, so he's going to be special guest timekeeper. And the rest of the FBI members are going to come out and let's have a tag team match. And CM Punk accepts, Justin.
Well, I guess he does.
Then in a decent match, the FBI defeat the Outsiders in 2029 when Little Guido submitted Kevin Nash with a Sicilian crab.
Okay.
We are backstage. Chris Benoit is talking about how he doesn't have an opponent yet for the United States Championship, and then the Big Show shows up and Benoit says, well, I'm definitely not going to fight you. I mean, I already beat you once.
You lost last week.
You lost last week.
You lost.
Why don't you go work on that ravioli commercial you're working for WCW, and why don't you just... move on, because you're not wrestling me, Big Show. I don't. I'll figure it out. You know what? Maybe next week we'll do a number one contenders match. I don't know, but it definitely won't be you. And then Chris Benoit leaves, and the Big Show's all mad. He starts destroying the backstage and interview set.
Maybe if he wasn't such a big fat loser, came over
and we've got a singles match. Sid Vicious.
WWF legend.
Sid Vicious versus Dave Batista in a decent match. Dave Batista defeats Sid Vicious with a sit-up powerbomb.
Batista's getting there.
He's getting there.
He is getting there.
After the match, the Wild Boys are in the ring, and they are once again saying how much they don't want Season 2 NXT to show up. How they had to embarrass themselves for all these people. And how if any of these up-and-coming tough enough rookies want to make a name for themselves and make their careers, launch their careers, then they should do it by forming a group together like they did, instead of objectifying themselves to having to be coached by talent who, quite frankly, is beneath them.
Interesting.
Yes. And we have a singles match, Trish Stratus versus Beth Phoenix in a decent match. Trish Stratus defeats Beth Phoenix in 952 by the Stratus faction.
Going through the division right now.
She's just running through it. Trish Stratus and Beth Phoenix have great chemistry, and it showed in their performance.
Yes, but Trish has also got a gimmick that's getting stale.
True, we gotta change that. After the match, Debbie Malenko runs in and attacks Trish Stratus.
Again.
Well, yes. And she keeps pulling Trish Stratus's hair and keeps saying say goodbye, get used to having this because it's going to be gone at the pay-per-view. Yes. And our co-main event, Bret Hart and the Immortal Gentleman versus
to your main event?
the Dudley Boys. And that had good wrestling and discourage from the crowd. Spike and Dudley Boys defeat Bret and the Immortal Gentleman when Devon Dudley pinned Hulk Hogan with a Dudley Death Trap.
Did you build your main tonight?
What? Oh, there's an angle setting it up. There's one promo.
So there's no build.
There's one promo setting it up.
Yeah, but everyone going into it has no idea what the hell's going on.
After the match, the Dudley Boys
scumbagged it.
The Dudley Boys put Chase Tatum through a table.
I hope it doesn't beat me. I hope it doesn't.
After the match, Shawn Michaels, the hardcore champion, comes out and he says, "Last week, I proved why the hardcore heartbreaker is a hardcore legend. I'm the hardcore champion, of course. And now, I think I had so much fun doing that I think I'm going to offer up another open challenge. Which one of these carny, lazy ECW bums want to try to prove themselves against the hardcore legend?" And then Taz comes out, Justin, and challenges him to a match tonight. And after the match, it got an 87.
Good.
And then about that superb wrestling and great
Good.
heat, Shawn Michaels defeated Taz in 1511 with his sweet chin music.
Good.
Imagine
going to Raw and it's 10:50 and you still don't know what the main event will be tonight.
Sounds exciting.
That sounds awful.
Sounds exciting. Sounds exciting. I don't know what you're talking about.
I would have no problem if this angle was 2 angles before.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. It was 1 angle before.
No, 2 angles before you moved Shawn and Taz's angle before the co-main.
Yeah.
Set something up instead of just
86.
Good.
86.
Spike was used too much. This is karma.
Spike was used maybe a tad. I knew Spike was going to be used too much going in, but that's okay. Listen, that's okay. It's a week 3. We're good.
Fucking put together. I was so mad and furious. Bret lost.
Well, Bret did technically lose, but Hulk Hogan took the pin.
Yeah, but it's still a loss.
Technically still a loss, but I think he'll be fine. But anyway, that was the episode of Nitro.
Wait,
we will see you guys.
Your world and tag champions just lost?
Yeah.
To Spike Dudley?
Well, Bubba and Devon. And Spike, yeah.
Were they happy about that?
No. Well, Hulk Hogan complained that he took the pin, but Bret and Chase were fine. 2 people were mad on this show for doing jobs. Can you guess who? Obviously, Hulk's one. So who's the other guy?
Sid Vicious.
No.
James?
It was Kevin Nash. He was upset that he got pinned by Johnny Stamboli.
That is fair.
Or sorry, he got tapped up by Little Guido.
They're not great pop-wise, but they're good in rings. So
Right,
it's kinda
yeah, for sure.
They're good enough to work, but they're not good enough to beat Kevin Nash without complaints. Yeah.
Right, no, for sure. So, but anyway, that'll do it for Nitro. We will see you guys next time for Thunder. All right, we are here on Thunder, Justin, and we are on the build-up to Clash of Champions.
That is correct.
What are you excited for the Thunder side of Clash of Champions? What match is speaking to you?
I'm ready for this Thunder.
Yeah, but what match for Clash of Champions are you looking forward to on the Thunder side?
Oh, Hogan versus
Mister, I know your show.
Hogan versus Takako.
That's not a match.
Oh, probably.
Unbelievable.
No. I'm trying to figure out what I like of the most in the build. Rock Hoovy is kind of cool. Are the Hardys? Are they fighting?
Owen and Sting.
Oh yeah, I hate that. That's why I fucking despise that.
So
yeah.
Anyway,
Rock and Hoovy probably.
Hoovy and Super Crazy come out to the ring. Hoovy has his
Is
patented.
Lodi Kidman happening or is it Lodi Shark Boy?
It's AJ Shark Boy.
AJ Shark Boy. Sorry.
Yeah. Hoovy comes out with his ring bell, and he says, "Last week I quite literally rung the Rock's bell, and now the Rock isn't even here tonight because I've been told he has a bad concussion from the hit to the head by my steel ring bell."
Oh, he's gonna be wrestling with a bad concussion.
So Rock,
that's unhealthy.
So Rock,
Dangerous.
I hope you take these. I hope you have these 2 weeks to heal and recover, because if you don't, when you get in the ring with me, you're not even going to know where you are, and I'm going to pick you apart and win
9 days.
the Universal Championship. But let's be honest, even a healthy Rock would lose to me, because I'm the most slept on wrestler in WCW. Everyone underestimates Juventud Guerrera, and quite frankly, I've always been sick of it, but I'm even more sick of it now. A former friend of mine used to call this the house that they built. Well, they may have built it, but I evicted their ass, sent them home, and now it's my house. And Rocky, if you're going to come into the Hoovy house, you better be ready to fight, because I'm coming for that Universal Championship. And then Steven Regal comes out. And Steven Regal says, "Sunshine, the only reason why you're even in the match against The Rock is because you attacked me, took me out, and put me out of the match. And you just thought I was just going to sit back and let that fly? Absolutely not. So I'll tell you what, Hoovy, tonight, The Rock may be home, but you've got something far worse coming. You've got an absolute ass-kicking from Steven Regal. Tonight, I want to challenge you to a match, and if I win, then I will be put in the match at Clash of Champions, because I should have been in that match." And Juventud accepts.
There we go.
So Juventud versus Steven Regal tonight.
Nice. Main event?
Yeah, main event.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to do co-main.
No, it's the main event. We got Jeff Hardy versus Sting tonight in a good match. Jeff Hardy defeats Sting in 14:51 with a Texas Clover Leaf.
There you go.
And after the match, Owen Hart and Sting, they've had enough of this celebration. So while Matt and Jeff were celebrating, Sting rolled out of the ring, grabbed a baseball bat, and they attacked them.
Okay.
With bats. So there's that. Then we got Chris Candido versus Six, Justin. Remember when Six was #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship?
Yes, after doing nothing for months.
Well, now he's losing to Chris Candido in 10:26 with a blonde bombshell.
So he's back to normal.
And after the match, Shane Helms runs in, and Chris Candido and Shane Helms, they start fighting, Justin. Punches are thrown. They're just beating the piss out of each other.
Interesting.
Yes. Security have to separate them. Shane Helms wants Chris Candido bad.
I want it bad, too.
Well, he's a very handsome man.
No, Shane Helms.
Oh, well, he's also a very handsome man in that picture. Look at him.
Yes. Give me you, Shane Helms. Let me enter you into the Royal Rumble. You didn't let me finish.
I didn't let you finish. There's a pause in between what you said. We got a triple threat tag team match. Matt Cross and Lash LaRue versus Payback versus the Harris Brothers in and about with decent wrestling. But little heat. Matt Cross and Lash LaRue defeat Payback and Don Harris and Ron Harris in 9:33. Payback was first, and then they beat the Harris Brothers.
What?
Yes.
You had Payback lose first? You're telling me the Harris Brothers were the final team?
I didn't organize it. That's just what the game picked.
You can...
We
Give him a shot at the belt.
We are in the ring Billy Kidman is here with AJ Styles, the Cruiserweight Champion, and Eric Young. And they're in the ring, and they go, you know what, Clash of Champions, AJ Styles, the greatest Cruiserweight Champion of all time, defends his belt against Shark Boy. And it's almost hard to say that with a straight face. Because let's be honest, it's Shark Boy. And anybody who hangs out with Low D might as well be classified in that category as a joke. Just like AJ Styles' opponent, Shark Boy. And now lately, I've been getting a little attitude from a guy named Homicide. And I gotta be honest, when Homicide first stepped up to me and spoke to me in the locker room, I gotta be honest, if it wasn't for Eric Young reminding me who he was, I would have thought he was a fan. I almost kicked him out for trespassing. But now, Homicide, Shark Boy, and Low D want to continue to put their noses where they don't belong and get in the way of me trying to give all of you people the best wrestling product possible. And everyone's booing. Oh, I know, you should boo. You should boo because they don't care about you like President Kidman cares about you. Like AJ Styles cares about you. Like Showtime Eric Young cares about you.
President Kidman?
Yeah, he's the president of WCW. Yeah. But I promise, as long as President Kidman is in power, as long as I'm calling the shots, I am going to make WCW great again. And then Eric Young, Shark Boy, and Low D, they come out to the ring. And Eric Young says, the only great thing about WCW when Billy Kidman is involved is when he leaves. He says, Kidman, AJ, Eric Young, I'm getting so sick and tired of seeing your three hillbilly asses every single week coming in here and talking nonsense and boring everybody.
Hillbilly?
Yeah. He says, in fact, how about we end the games, we end the bullshit, and the three of us get in there and kick your three asses tonight. Crowd's all happy. And Billy Kidman says, I'll tell you what, I am in the mood to watch you guys fight, but I'll tell you what, I am President Billy Kidman. I am just an executive, so I will not be getting my hands dirty tonight. But Billy Kidman will book a match tonight, AJ Styles and Eric Young versus Shark Boy and Homicide. And Low D, because of your constant disrespect towards me, I am not only banning you from ringside tonight, but I've got police officers in the back. I'm banning you from the arena.
Ooh.
So Low D gets escorted out by police officers.
Kick him out. Kick him out. Build the wall.
And we got a tag team match. And in a decent match, Eric Young and AJ Styles defeat Shark Boy and Homicide in 12:46 when AJ pinned Homicide by using underhanded tactics.
I thought you were in the Donald J. Trump Center, but it's the Donald L. Tucker.
It's the
Tucker
Donald
Center.
L. Tucker
It was
Center.
close.
It was close.
You almost... Yikes.
AJ Styles looked really good out there.
Yeah, because he's wrestling three other bums. You got a 91. No one else had a 70 or above, brother.
We go on to our next singles match.
Speaking of bums.
Monty Brown and Johnny Devine. In a decent match, Monty Brown defeats Johnny Devine in 10:06 with a pounds.
Nice. Good for Johnny Devine outperforming Monty Brown.
Yes.
Maybe you should push Johnny Devine instead.
Maybe.
I don't know why you don't.
We come back to Rock, who is joining us via satellite, recovering
He's got a fucking concussion. You're making him work?
Recovering from home. He's in an angle. He doesn't actually have a concussion. To pull the curtain back a little.
I know. Well, come on. You gotta...
But The Rock, The Rock...
Close is not actually out for 3 months, okay?
Yeah. The Rock says...
Dumbasses. Come on.
They said, The Rock, I'm sure you were watching Thunder. I'm sure you saw what Juventud Guerrera had to say. Rock, your thoughts. And The Rock says... Well, let me tell you something, Tony Schiavone. The Rock, his head's still ringing from that hit to the bell. You quite literally rang the Rock's bells. But while the Tweety birds were flying around the Rock's head, the Rock got to thinking the only thing that Hoovy has, if this is a house, then the only thing Hoovy has is this is going to be a mobile home. And the Rock is going to take his truck, attach it to the mobile home, and drive it right off a cliff and send Hoovy all the way back down it down to the card, maybe even down to the developmental, because the Juventud Guerrera does not even have the skill to go toe-to-toe with the People's Champ, The Rock. And The Rock isn't here tonight, but The Rock has a trick up his sleeve. And don't worry, because The Rock has something in store for Juventud. So, Hoovy, I hope you enjoy your match against Steven Regal tonight, and I hope Steven Regal kicks your little bum all over the arena, because Juventud, mark my words, The Rock is going to beat your candy ass. And it's not just for the Universal Championship anymore. No, it's personal, because you tried to take The Rock out. You tried to concuss The Rock. Well, guess what? It's going to take more than a ring bell to put The Rock down. You're going to have to kill The Rock if you don't want to face him at Clash of Champions, because The Rock is coming for your candy ass. Now, if there's smell what Rock is cooking.
He's gonna die actually if he wrestles with a concussion.
And our main event tonight, Steven Regal versus Juventud Guerrera. And in a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Juventud Guerrera defeated Steven Regal in 1644 with a 450 splash following interference from Super Crazy.
There you go.
Now, Juventud and Super Crazy, they're in the ring, and Super Crazy grabs Steven Regal, who is, still hurt from the interference by Super Crazy. And Juventud runs out of the ring and grabs the ring bell and gets back in. And it's looking like he's going to clunk Steven Regal in the head. And then all of a sudden, you hear The Rock once again via satellite.
Oh my God.
And he says, Hoovy, The Rock said he got something in store for you. And here's the thing, The Rock has a surprise, and the surprise is, I'm not actually in my house. And the camera pans out, and The Rock is sitting on a couch on a wall that looked like it could have been a house, but instead it wasn't that his house, Justin. It was another room in the arena. He says, The Rock has been in this arena the entire time. And then, after the match, The Rock runs in and hits Juventud Guerrera with a rock bottom.
This is disgusting. Using concussion angles.
And we got an 89.
Oh, looks like WWF wins again.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Another one.
I technically wasn't even there to see it, so if a tree falls in the forest and no one's allowed to hear it, does it actually make a sound?
Yes.
Well, that's up for the fans to decide.
They'll see it.
They will see it. I won't. I was kicked out.
Okay.
That's okay though, because I'm sure SmackDown will be better than both of my shows anyway.
Yes. Yeah, probably.
So anyway,
Not that hard.
We'll see.
TNA might be better than you.
Shut up. No, it won't.
And your developmental might be better.
Well, we'll see you guys on SmackDown. All right, we are here with SmackDown, Justin. Will you
Yes.
have the second best show?
Yes.
Or the best show, technically.
Yes. Any other questions?
Are you a bitch?
Yes.
I knew it.
No, you didn't.
I knew. Oh, trust me, I knew you were. All right, go ahead and start SmackDown. Or do you want me to go leave the room for that?
Do you want to... Are you going to betray my friendship again?
What?
You're going to betray my friendship again?
How would I do that?
By lying to me.
Oh, shut up.
Josh Mathers is here, Chad.
Oh, Josh Mathers
Baby!
is here.
I'm going to beat up Chad in real life. He's not only going to lose at the pay-per-view, but he is going to lose in real life.
My name is Josh Matthews, and this is Shannon Moore.
What are you going to say to Shannon Moore, Josh?
Hi everyone, it's my first day on SmackDown, and I'm here to interview Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore, hi, you're defending your light heavyweight championship. How do you feel?
Who's he defending against?
He's defending it against Tajiri.
There you go.
DDP take on Barkley in the...
Never answered. I guess I'll just go fuck myself then. Okay. That's my Josh Matthews impression. Doesn't really sound anything like him, but when he used to do commentate for TNA, he would talk.
He blocked you on Twitter,
He
Chad.
did block me on Twitter.
Are you still blocked?
Probably.
Check right now.
I can't imagine Josh Matthews has unblocked me.
I want to... We're live on the case right now.
Fuck, was that my old Twitter or my new Twitter?
Oh my god, I forgot you've had 16 Twitters at this point.
He might not have blocked me on my new one. Let me look.
Call him a piece of shit in your new one. Do it. Chris Harris and Chris Hero defeat PG-13.
Josh Matthews has not unfollowed me on this one.
Unfollowed you?
Sorry, he has not blocked me on this one. I'm actually following him on this one.
You're such a weirdo. Why do you follow him?
I don't know. Maybe I wanted to see if he had blocked me before, and then I said,
Chris Harris, the family defeat PG-13 here in 1449 when Chris Harris beats JC Ice with a catatonic chin.
The team I call the Christening.
Well, the team you called bye-bye.
No, I don't call them bye-bye.
Well, they left. They said bye-bye to you.
Yeah, half your roster was my former guys. So
sorry.
I said,
You just couldn't hold on to them, Chad. That's not my fault.
So,
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I just have an eye for talent.
Rhino defeats Dragon Kid in 10:03 with a pile driver, but showing true unprofessionalism, a clearly unhappy Dragon Kid completely phoned in his performance. It was clear to everyone that he was not trying at all. Can I fire mid-show? Dragon Kid, can I fire you mid-show, buddy? You are lucky that you are not getting fired tonight. Let's move on.
But tomorrow.
But tomorrow you will be jobless.
Well, not really. He works for me.
I'd rather be jobless. Jamie Noble defeats Disco Fury in the pre-show main event.
Ooh.
Jamie Noble, former light heavyweight championship. Chad, do you like when I do this?
No.
Okay, don't look. I'm still mad about this. All right, I'm mad that John Cena has to take on the Undertaker tonight, or this pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view?
Because it was supposed to be Jeff Jarrett, and I don't really know how to work around that right now. It's going to be a very interesting pay-per-view because that was not supposed to be the plan. I don't really know how to unbook myself out of it, Chad.
Just throw Jeff Jarrett in.
Why would Jeff Jarrett be in?
I don't know. Have him take John Cena out. Have him hit him with a guitar.
Then how is John Cena going to defend the belt?
I don't know. That's on you to decide.
You're
the booker.
Yeah. Well, because when I fuck up, I actually run with it. Yeah, I don't book John Finnegan and say, you know what?
He reffed the match. I made that happen. He reffed it. Tommy Dreamer was timekeeper.
I didn't accidentally book Raven and say, you know what? He's still hurt.
Well, he got hurt on that match.
No, you never addressed that, Sean. Oh, Sean Devore became champion because I thought he was Sean Stasiak.
Yep, that's funny.
It is funny. It's called Retribution.
Okay.
He's called my name. Josh Matthews is here to...
Hi, everyone. I'm back, and maybe Goldberg will answer my question a little nicer than Shannon Moore. Hi, Goldberg. So you haven't really done a lot since coming to SmackDown, but last week you had a big week. What are your thoughts?
Goldberg grabs him by the throat.
That's the sound of Josh Matthews.
I don't even know what to say to that. Kane's up next, Chad.
He says, "Hi, I'm Kane."
And he beats Drago with a choke slam. And then the Departed come out. Remember them?
The Departed.
They come out and
I don't think you remembered them.
They burn Drago in the ring.
Oh no! They set him on fire.
They set him on fire.
Wow.
They burned him, Chad.
Like Chavo via 98.
When he burned Ric Flair to death, basically.
Yeah, basically.
We move on, Chad. It's Blue. Oh my fucking god!
Now someone hurt.
What do you think, Chad?
Probably. Or someone's phoning it in again.
I would show you and actively laugh with you. Blue Panther breaks Octagon's leg.
Oh no!
And then taps him out
with a leg lock.
Even with a broken leg, Octagon gets a 70.
Nice.
And he's out for a year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Terry Taylor.
Mick Foley. This was supposed to be Goldberg's open challenge tonight. Mick Foley takes it on.
Nice.
Because he was too busy choking out Josh Matthews, and it turned me on. To be honest with you. We moved on. John Cena's backstage. You know, he's getting ready to pack up and leave. And Land Lover says, look, John, I'm still contractually obligated for a rematch at the pay-per-view. Ooh. Look, you might be fighting for that World Heavyweight Championship. So we can do this either the easy way or the hard way. You could just relinquish the belt to me, or I can whoop your ass and then watch you and take your belt at Vengeance and then watch you lose in the main event as well. You can go home with 0 belts, John. And John Cena gets right in his face. You can't see me.
Okay.
This John Cena sucks.
Yeah. I'd be so unintimidated if after saying that someone just went, "You can't see me."
Renee Dupree defeats Caprice Coleman here. Well, all my booking is out the window now with this fucking that storyline, so I don't really know how to handle it right now, Chad. To be completely honest with you, Renee Dupree defeats Caprice Coleman here in 1446 with a Dupree driver. What a match for Renee Dupree, former international champion.
True.
But then Masawa comes out and chokes him with a sleeper hold. And Cornette says, "You know what? I'm sick of you young motherfuckers, you fucking punks.
Renee Dupree, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch, you young whippersnapper."
I bet Vince Russo hired you.
Come on. Why are the fans yelling? Shut them down, Chad.
Hey, shut the fuck up, fans. Hey,
Shut the fuck up.
I wanted your opinions, I'd ask for it. But quite frankly, the only smart people in the Madison Square Garden are the ones who bought a ticket to see Masawa. Everybody else are just a bunch of dumb hillbillies. That's something Jim Cornette would say, right?
And at Vengeance, I'm going to put this little dumb teenager French fuck down the ranch for the final time, and then my client Masawa will finally lay his hands on the WWE Championship, the championship that everybody in this locker room, including The Undertaker, is afraid to face Masawa for.
True.
We move on.
Yes.
Sylvain Grenier, Rob Conway, they demand answers after they were laid out last week. They think C.W. Anderson and Johnny Storm laid them out backstage.
Ooh, did they?
No, as Johnny Storm says.
No,
we weren't even here last week. What's up with that?
What's up with that? I burped. Came out of nowhere. Huh. What's up with that?
Airplane food.
What's the deal with airline food?
Oh my god, I can't believe you just did that.
I didn't mean to. I burped right on camera. Right on the mic.
That's disgusting. Yeah, that's unprofessionalism at its finest.
Yeah, whatever. So we offend our 15 viewers. I love every single one of them.
Why are you like this?
So why am I like what?
Why are you? This is a heel turn from Chad.
No.
This episode, you've ridiculed all of our viewers.
No, I haven't.
Whatever number amount we have.
No, I haven't.
And then you lied to me.
Oh my god! Shut up.
This is a heel turn episode.
Shinya Hashimoto versus Don Fry.
Yeah, our two big imports from the last couple weeks.
Two Japan imports.
They get a 97.
It's Friday night SmackDown.
Hashimoto wins. We move on. We are at the red carpet, Chad. Ooh. The movie debut. Tony's mad in our text right now. Sorry. I don't usually get text, so when one pops up, I like to read it. They're at the movie debut. Scotty 2 Hotty and David Arquette are at Scream 2, Chad.
Ooh, Scream 2.
Scream 2. A big.
Scotty 2 Hotty and David Arquette?
Yeah. Scotty 2 Hotty is taking on Chris Daniels at the pay-per-view, Chad.
Justin, what's the name of the killer in the Scream movies?
Scream.
Nope.
That's
Ghostface.
That's a rapper.
Well, it's also a killer.
Ghostface Killer.
Well, Ghostface Killer is not in Scream. Ghostface.
Are you sure? Scream 2, he might be.
He's not. I've seen Scream 2.
How have you seen it before they have?
Come to think of it,
we're at the
Hotty's not in it either.
This is the movie debut for it.
Well, I got a sneak peek. I know again.
I don't even know if David Arquette's in it.
David Arquette's in Scream 2.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good for him. Backstage in the club, Booker T, the Gentlemen's Club, Jed. The club of gentlemen that have come over from WCW, the old wise veterans. They say, we've been around these locker rooms in the wrestling business for a long time, and not once have we seen a group of young individuals as pieces of shit as big as you guys. Oh, I know that didn't make sense, but just who cares? You guys have walked in without any accolades, without doing anything in your young wrestling careers, and you walk around like you own the place. We own the place. I got the 16-time world champion Ric Flair. I got Diamond Dallas Page. I have Mr. fucking perfect Kurt Hennig. I got the enforcer Arn Anderson. Hell, Scott Steiner's running around here somewhere, and I am Booker T. In a different life, I'm the five-time world champion. But in this world,
I'm not.
I don't think I've won one.
In this world, I'm not.
But it's not about that. It's about the respect. You have to earn respect in the wrestling business. And you guys have not earned 1 ounce of respect from anyone in this locker room. And at Vengeance, we beat some respect into you guys.
Ooh.
4-4.
4-4?
I think. I may have booked different matches, but I may have to rebook a 4-4. Doesn't matter. All right, main event. Big Foley and Goldberg, Chad.
Nice. Not bad.
Goldberg wins. Yeah. Not bad. It's a 99, Chad.
Not bad.
And that's the show, because I ran out of time. A 97.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, okay.
We'll see you.